Erik and David, those betting magicians pitching mad numbers like surgeons' incisions. They got the stats playing minds like percussion. MLB predictions spark the discussion. Stacking cash higher than Fenway's monster. Slinging wild bets like cowboy imposters. Reading those innings like Nostradamus. Wave the green hot streets like Bahamas. Spreadsheets everywhere, mathematician minds analyze the games, profits they grind, fastballs, curveballs, every pitcher's tail, in their heads, knuckleballs never fail. Erik reading numbers like tarot cards, David calling shots like all-star guards, money lines, parlays, come hit with precision, home run predictions, no intermission. High stakes, ballers cashing checks in, rise with the bets, swinging from the pen. Erik and David, masters of the scoreboard. MLB bets and claim they hoard. High stakes, ballers cashing checks in, rise with the bets, swinging from the pen. Erik and David, kings of the ledger. Baseball fortune, spread them like treasure.
Well, I messed up the intro. I have no idea why it said August 9th there. It's not August 9th. It's August 30th. That was actually the last time we recorded. I've been away. We've been giving out our plays. Hopefully, you guys have been tailing. I am Erik. That is my co-host, David. David, how are you doing, my man?
Doing great, man. Just looking forward to big sports weekend. I mean, college football in full go. Looking at some baseball teams making a push here in this last month. And, yeah, man, just going to look forward to just a longer overall relaxing weekend and draft weekend as well for my fantasy team. So all over the board with sports, man.
David is in one of my leagues with me. Really hope I just last longer than him. That's my goal. So I can talk shit. That's kind of my goal.
It's always the goal, man. It's like just beating you.
Truth be told, I really wanted to get the clip up. We're going to pull up how we are doing right now for the show. Last week, David hit the D-backs plus 122, pushed the Rays in a brutal fashion. They're up 3-0. Dodgers came back in the bottom of the fifth to push that, lost the Astros -1. Old Uncle Rico himself, that is me, hit the Brewers first 5, Marlins, Cubs over 8.5, and the D-backs, Red Sox over 8.5. David is 14-8-1 plus 633U. I am 15-10-2 plus 7.01U. And I do need to say this, man. You took the lead, and you did run your mouth a little bit. Ever since that, I've lost one bet. I'm just saying.
That's how it goes, man.
Ever since you ran your mouth a little bit, Uncle Rico became locked in, and I have not lost. I've only lost one bet right now for the season.
Right. Just listen to yourself right now, and then just watch what happens tonight.
Dude,
that's all I'm saying.
What was the thing you said? What was like the thing you said? Like I'm like, shh. What was it? What was the like little saying you had?
I don't know. I have no idea where you're going.
You had like a little saying that you said.
I don't know, man.
So what is that? We are 29, 18-3 plus 13.3 for you. It's pretty good, man. Pretty good. Yeah. Looking to keep it going. For those watching for the first time, we each have 3 plays. David's going to kick us off with his homer bet of the day. Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, homer bet. Everybody knows that I'll bet against my team if I have to. But in this case, we are looking at Atlanta at Philly. Atlanta gave it up late with their bullpen. I'm actually looking at their bullpen and avoiding it in this instance because I just think we have a better starting pitcher going tonight in terms of this matchup. We got basically Ronaldo Lopez on the mound for the Braves, going up against Ranger Suarez for the Phillies. Now, Ronaldo is in better form. He's got a whip of about 1.1 right now. Ranger is 1.35. So he's teetering on that 1.4 mark that, I always tell people to steer away from when it comes to that. Atlanta does have hotter bats, believe it or not. I mean, they were winning that game outright last night until, I don't know, 7th, 8th inning, something like that. Gave it up late. I mean, kind of like how you came back to win your bets last week, and go sweep the board, right? You're freaking out earlier in the show. Dude, earlier in the night, You're freaking out. I'm not going to hit these bets. I go, what I say to you? I said, they score all their runs in innings 6 through 9. Shut
Okay,
up.
here's the thing. It was the Cubs and Marlins had 18 runners left in scoring position, and there was 4 runs.
Whatever.
You know,
I eased your mind. I've spoken into existence the good juju, and you swept the board. That's how that works. So, what I'm saying here tonight is similarly, I'm looking at Atlanta at Philly. I like Atlanta's pitching matchup. They have a stronger starting pitcher. They also have probably an equal bullpen, I want to say, in terms of availability. 1.2, 1.25 whip. Meanwhile, Philly's bullpen's more like 1.37. So again, a little higher whip availability on the Philly side of the pitching. Want to stay away from Atlanta's bullpen. I don't want to give up runs late. All these teams are kind of doing it. Bullpens are exploding on me left and right. So I'm sticking with the first 5 here. Also, Atlanta is averaging 6 runs a game right now. I mean, wins, losses, no matter which way it's going, they're averaging 6 runs right now. Philly has been kind of fortunate to find some wins that they've had. They're averaging actually more like 3.5 for themselves. So I definitely look at Atlanta as having the stronger bats here, stronger overall, arm going in the beginning first 5 of this game. Definitely can see him pulling that out. Ronaldo has been great all season with a whip, right around 1 for himself. And so just definitely something that I'm looking at in terms of an edge. Definitely want to take the dog money. I like them jumping out on top early on this one and pulling out the win for us. So that's where I'm putting my first bet tonight. Take Atlanta on the money line plus 115.
I love how you say us, like you're like in the bullpen with them, dude.
Oh, yeah. It's my team right here. Let's go.
My first bet, and I like your bet. I like that look with the Braves. I was looking at that myself. I'm going Padres first 5 plus 134. Padres, one of the best teams all major league against right-handed pitching. For the last 3 weeks, they have the 5th best offense against right-handed pitching. Bradley's on the mound for the Rays. When you look at his production for the month, 1-3, 1.76 whip with an 8.14 ERA. He has absolutely been atrocious this month. And I think with the Padres coming off losing 2 straight to the Cardinals, this is a great matchup for him to quote unquote get back on track. Perez is on the mound for the Padres, 2.75 ERA for the month. Rays have struggled against lefties for the year. And when you look at it, the last 3 weeks, they have the 4th worst offense against left-handed pitching. Padres against righties as a dog this season are 57%, 14.9% ROI first 5. I find a trend. I see a matchup I like. I'm taking the Padres here plus 134 first 5.
Yeah, I was also looking at the Padres, so I kind of like that you already had this one. They definitely have the better bats. I think they get the better arm here. My models even got them winning this one outright for the game. So, yeah, definitely a great situation for Padres.
Next one. Where are you going, my friend?
Looking at Oakland versus Texas. Is that who you got teed up next here for me? Yeah, so looking at Oakland first 5 money line plus 128. Giving out a lot of plus dogs here tonight. So the way that I'm looking at this matchup, pretty straightforward. Also, Oakland's bullpen, it's in pretty good similar form as Texas. Both sitting at a 1.3 whip for themselves with availability, but their starter's just a little bit better with JP Sears sitting at a whip of 1.2. Meanwhile, John Gray's sitting at 1.3. So, I find a little bit edge in terms of the pitching matchup for themselves here. Also, Sears being a lefty on the mound, a little bit better in terms of performance against that kind of lineup for themselves. So not only that, but I got Oakland. They're my number 3 offensive team right now across the board in baseball. For themselves, the Athletics are putting up over 7 runs a game on average right now. Both these teams are winners 3 of their last 4. So, it's a really good series to come into. I love watching, how these teams kind of walk into a brand new series on the weekend together. But definitely love Oakland's bats right now. Love this pitching matchup that they have in front of them. Don't want to mess with the bullpen again. Like I mentioned, I think they're going to jump out early on them in this one as well, just given the nature of how hot they're swinging the bats. So I want to, and you're getting the same price on the full game as you are on the first 5. So, for anybody that does want to play the bullpen, like I said, the bullpens are evenly matched. You can go that direction if you want. My advice, stay away from the bullpens. I don't want to see any runs kind of build up later. I want to see them jump out early on these bats. Take that plus dog money, plus 128 early, and let's jump out and get 2 big, dog wins early in the first 5.
I mean, I strictly only play first 5s now unless I'm going with a total.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at right now in my betting life. I'm only playing first 5s and I play over totals.
Yeah.
I like this bet a lot. Actually, I was a little disappointed. I thought my athletic gear that I've ordered a little while ago would have been here by now, and I could be rocking that. Hopefully, it will be here by next week, and next week I can be rocking some Oakland Athletic gear. My next bet is a player prop, staying in the Padres game against the Rays today. I'm taking Arizi. Did I say that right?
Arias.
I'm taking Arias over 1.5 total bases plus 110. Second best hitter against right-handed pitching the last 3 weeks. He has gone over this total 2 of his last 3. But here's the thing that really stood out to me. Bradley, last 3 games against lefties, is allowing a 296 batting average, 333 on base percentage, and a 594 slugging percentage. With how good he is hitting righties and what a train wet Bradley's going to be, this is a great line. I mean, and the fact I'm able to get plus money, and the one thing I always do with these player props is I look at hits, runs, RBIs, and I look at the total bases, and wherever I can find the best value, that's where I tend to go with. Normally, hits, runs, and RBIs are at 1.5.
Yep.
For him, they're at 2.5 for this game, and for 1.5 total bases, I can get plus odds. So I'm gonna fire away on this one.
I love it. Luis is batting like 380 over the last week. I mean, he is seeing that ball like a beach ball coming in. So I definitely think you get there on that one.
Just seeing the board, man. He's seeing the board, dude.
Yeah, definitely.
Next one, where are you going, my friend?
All right, so we just kind of talked about it, but I love this bet. There's not going to be a lot of people giving this one out tonight, and again, this is public perception issue in my opinion. So we're looking at Miami versus San Francisco, taking Miami on the money line for the game at plus 238. This is a big one, but obviously I got some great details here for you. So Marlins over their last few games are averaging over 7.5 runs a game. Again, similarly to last team I just mentioned here with the A's, they are putting up runs in bunches. I am looking for teams that can hit and hit well. The main reason why this is like so skewed, in my opinion, is just based on the starting pitcher. You got Snell going, for San Francisco tonight, and just that alone, is pretty much the whole basis for why that price is the price that it is. It's the last game of the night, but I mean, you're looking at the Giants at minus 290 against the Marlins at plus 238 here, and the Marlins have the hotter offense. Giants over the last few games are averaging under 3 runs a game. 2.5 is the mark for them. They are not hitting the ball. They are absolutely not going to be able to provide enough run support for their pitcher with Snell here. Meanwhile, Snell, he's in good form. Don't get me wrong. But there's nothing about that I ever take into consideration. I always tell everybody 3 elements to this game. You got your starting pitching, relief pitching, you got your offense. And in this instance, Snell is the only one of those 3 check marks that actually even, works in their favor for the game here. So that being said, I really love, where Miami is. They obviously just came into Colorado and, split the series here, but they were putting up runs in bunches, got their bats hot. Going up into the Bay Area now, they're definitely going to collect a lot of runs, have great run support for their starting pitcher and Aller tonight. Aller's in great form for himself too. He's got a 1.2 whip, so he could definitely throw it. I definitely also like, just the form of their bullpen. It's in pretty good form with a 1.2 whip as well. So, I mean, even when he comes out of the game, I just love where this is in terms of a price perspective. We have a huge edge on the book in this game. You're getting over 2 to 1 on your money. You're getting it from a team that has hotter bats and equal starting pitching and just as great relief pitching, in my opinion. So no reason that you should shy away from this bet. It's definitely one of those that a lot of people are, like I said, just not looking at it the same way that I am. But that's also why we're cashing the tickets that we are, giving out those kinds of plays on this show. So I'm definitely a fan, and I definitely think there's a big edge here to take advantage of for everybody.
One of the things I like to always do is, who is X to be laying such a big number?
Right.
And who are the Giants to be laying this big number? People need to remember about how good the Marlins actually are and what they're able to do.
Right.
My last bet, I am going down to the dirty. I'm going Houston and the Royals here over 7.5. Astros have been hitting righties good all year. For the last 3 weeks, the third best batting average, scored the third most runs. And they're going against Luongo, who last month, 5.78 ERA, 1.52 whip. He was great to start the year, but we kind of see this from these marginal pitchers. They start out great, and then they go back to the norm, and we're starting to see that with Luongo. He's really been struggling. Now, flip side, Royals, third best offense versus lefties the last 3 weeks. And I was gun-ho that they were absolutely cheating.
Yeah, I know.
But I mean, like, the numbers supported it.
Right.
Since the All-Star break, against left-handed pitching, they've had the best offense. So even on the road, they have been performing well.
Right.
Since the All-Star break, overall, third best total offense. So their offense is starting to trend in a direction. Hitter-friendly park, 2 pitchers that I'm really not that high on against 2 offenses that have been peaking, and I'm only getting 7.5, and I was able to get this at -110. This just makes all the sense in the world to me. So I'm going to take the Royals and the Astros over 7.5.
I love it. I definitely was just double checking the starting pitching right there, and Lugo has a whip of 1.8. I mean, out of the gate, Houston should be providing automatic run support there against that 7.5 number. Additionally, my model's got this peaked projected at a run total of 9.5. So, I mean, you're getting almost 2 run advantage there over the book total right now. I love this play. And you're talking, you actually hit nail on the head when you talk about 2 offenses peaking. Both of these are in my top 10 of offenses. And that's actually something else I look at anytime I'm playing an over in totals is, are both teams in the top 10 there, because usually what that's an indicator is it'll go over in that total for the game as well.
I like it. You like it. Hopefully we can cash it. David, it's been a while since I've seen your beautiful effing face. I appreciate you coming on, talking some MLB. Why don't you tell everyone where they can find you on social media, my friend?
Yeah, man. Pleasure being back. I love it. Looking forward to cashing some more tickets together here tonight. So anybody ever looking for me, reach out to me on X or Instagram, same handle, bettordp21. Look forward to cashing tonight. Let's go.
Hey, best of luck. Looking forward to whining and bitching about that over than having it come through in the third inning.
Exactly.
Make sure to give my boy David a follow. If you're watching on YouTube, like, subscribe. Watching on Twitch, give a follow. Really helps David and myself out. We'll be back next week. I was going to talk to David off air. Hopefully we can continue this to the end of the season. Are you game?
Yeah, absolutely.
End of the season, maybe into the playoffs a little bit. So
Yep.
Make sure to give my boy David a follow, and we'll be back next week. Till then, everybody.